What is going on, everybody? We are back with the last review of Welcome to Paradox. Um, it's episode 13. It's titled Into the Shop. And please remember, there is no more Patreon. So, with that being said, this was directed by Jorge Montesi, written by Ron Goulart and Andrew McAvoy, and was released November 9th, 1998. Apparently, as a fun little bit of tidbit of info, a prop of the green squeezable alien head stress toys that was played with by the episode's lead is a promotional item given at trade shows by the Sci-Fi Channel, complete with the channel's name written on it. This featured Dana Ashbrook as Federal Police Marshal Stu Clemens. Dana Ashbrook. Lee Cronish as an attendant, Ray Giletti as Earl, Jeannie Rebecca Hogan as Marshall Shield, Rhonda Legge as A10 for the voice, Brad Loree as Otterson, Sean Day Michael as Gridface, Jorge Montesi as Captain Kepling, Michael Nimersky as Sheldon Kruger, and Rebecca Reichert as Diane Marmon. So, yeah. So it was Dana Ashbrook who played the main character. So, to give you a rundown of what happened for this episode, we start off with the lead guy, Stu Clemens, sitting inside of a coffee shop or an eatery of some kind. I'm just going to keep it as a coffee shop, though. And a guy is arrested outside of the coffee shop by his car, who basically stuns him and knocks him out. They apprehend him. They go back to the police station, and he has A10, which is the name of the car, serviced to be, to make sure everything's good to go. In the process, he talks to his captain, and the captain basically says, "Hey, there's a murder over at this place," and he gives the place. And, he says there's a murderer on the loose named Sheldon Kruger. And he then, the car arrests somebody, the car is being worked on. Mechanic accidentally spills something on it, screws everything up. It kind of spazzes out and then drives off. Marshal Stu Clemens comes back out, gets in the car. They go to find this guy. They stop at another coffee shop, and while he's inside the coffee shop, the car kills a random guy, or stops a random guy, and interrogates him. By the time Stu makes it out, A10 has evaporated the guy into dust and collected him into a tube and said that it was Sheldon Kruger. So Sheldon Kruger's been captured, guys. Maybe. So then he goes on to get a report from his captain, and the captain basically says that a lady by the name of Diane Marmon has been abducted and her place needs to be searched. This is where we start to find out, and a long story condensed into now, is an ex-girlfriend of his, somebody who he absolutely is in love with, and you get scenes throughout the episode of him and her being together, and what eventually breaks them up is he wants to continue pursuing his job, and she doesn't want him to. So, in between all of those cutscenes that are going on, he eventually gets to her place, checks it out, goes in, finally admits to the car who she is to him, and they eventually track down one whereabouts where they think he is, who it was that abducted him, and where they think he is. Is it a warehouse? And that is not the case. It ended up being a ploy. His car eventually does break down. The mechanic comes out to fix it, and he dies trying to work on the car. They don't actually show that kill by the car, but it is definitely hinted at, and you pretty much know what happened. And then they go on and eventually find the car. And the captain keeps trying to get him to trade A10 in because he thinks there's something wrong with the car. And the dude's like, no, we're going to go find this person, the survivor. They eventually find him, chase him down to a warehouse. And at the warehouse, they get into a little bit of a shootout. The guy runs out the back with the girl. The car stops him, registers them as Sheldon Kruger again with a female accomplice, and the car kills them both. The guy gets super mad and upset, and the car then counts down as him being Sheldon Kruger and kills him. And then the car is eventually returned back to HQ, where a new lady takes the car, and it is her now. A10 is now her car, and that is pretty much the end of that. Obviously, there's some more finer details that go into all of this that I just did not go over. But I will say this. I do think this is one of the better episodes, if I'm being honest. I think it was very well acted, which all of them have been, for the most part. Ice-T has probably been the worst actor in this entire thing. I just love Ice-T, so, you know, it was cool seeing him in here. But yeah, it was one of the better episodes. Not the best, but one of the better ones. So the season at least did end up with a bang. I'm a little surprised that it never got a second season. Because I actually think it was really good. I'm guessing it just never caught on. But then again, it was a Canadian show. So, I mean, it was never on in America. So I don't know how Canadians judge what sticks around and what doesn't. But, yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. And I would have loved to have seen more. But there isn't. So, yeah, that is Into the Shop. Season 1, Episode 13, season finale of Welcome to Paradox, Into the Shop. Yeah. Great series. Probably one of the better series I've seen so far. Is it horror? Not really. But you know what? We got there. And hopefully we don't run into too much more non-horror moving forward. I mean, obviously we still got Welcome to the Armchair Thriller, Season 2 at some point. Hopefully not soon. But, you know, we'll see. But alright, guys. That is going to do it. I love y'all. And we'll see you next time. Oh, stay tuned soon within the next... I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes. There's probably going to be anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes and an hour, depending on how long it takes. There's going to be, probably in about an hour, there will be a tier list that comes out for this. Not a tier list, a ranking for all the season's episodes. So be on the lookout for that. I love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Peace.